Hi Taurus, welcome to your April 2020 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. You will have to excuse the banging. Unfortunately, the builders are back in. With that said, if you can help me hit that 50k mark, it is so close. I can absolutely taste it. If you obviously you're already a subscriber, but if you're not, please hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subby, please get somebody else to hit that subscribe button. At 50k there is going to be a massive surprise. So with that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. And also, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. So let's go into your month ahead. If you are celebrating your birthday this month, if you are an April born Taurus, a happy birthday to you. So let's have a look, see what is taking place for you. So your actions and interactions with the world at large. You have the Justice card, all right? So your actions and interactions with the world at large, this is what you do. It's your path ahead. It's how you forge forward. The Justice card is all about decisions, but it's also about the commitments that you make. It's about the things that you choose to commit yourself to. This month, this is about you asking yourself. For some of you, this is going to be about your partnership. For some of you, this is going to be about your marriage. For some of you, this is about launching a business or a big idea of some sort. This is about you committing yourself. It's asking you that this month, over the course of April, for you to really ask yourself, what am I committed to? Who am I committed to? And ultimately, is the commitment that I'm in, is it enough for me? This card also represents legal stuff, right? It represents the paperwork, signing on the dotted line, where you put your name, where you things that you bind yourself to, things that you commit yourself to in some way, shape or form. Because this is in your actions and interactions with the world at large, this is really seeing you go through all of your commitments with a fine-tooth comb. This is the month where you're really paying attention to what you actually feel drawn to, what it is that you really want to be a part of, and what is it that you feel like is equal to you. Do you feel equal in your partnership or your relationship? That will be something that comes up for you this month, and if it does, what you're being asked to do is take the emotion out of it and just look at the logical facts. What can you do about it? Are you prepared to do something about it? And ultimately, is it all on you or is it all on both of you? And this could be across the board, right? This could be your business associations, it can be your business partnerships, all of this stuff. But it does look like this month you're not questioning you're questioning your commitments, and you're saying to yourself, you know what, I need to make sure this really resonates with who I am now, with where I'm going from here. For your money and materials, we got some good news. Check this out. You've got the 9 of Cups. So for those of you that have either applied for a new job, applied for some sort of money, some sort of funding, whether this is a mortgage, whether it is some sort of grant of some sort, this is the month where you get that good news. This is the month where you get the go ahead. This is a gorgeous card for wish fulfillment, but it also represents that emotional contentment that you feel when a certain goal has been reached, when a certain milestone has been reached. Because you're signing something, you're signing on the dotted line, which means either an application or something being pushed through. Maybe you're doing something of a financial or something that you're doing in terms of paperwork or legal matters, something that you have to sign for that is approached or to do with money or has some sort of financial implication. Because you've got the 9 of Cups right next to your Justice card, that's an absolute yes. Whatever it is that you are applying for, whatever money, finance, support that you are hoping to gain in terms of your money and materials, the 9 of Cups says that you absolutely get it. This is going to be a great month for you on that that front when it comes to the money and materials. There is an interruption here as well, because your Nine of Cups represents healing, and the fact that it falls in your money and materials, your money and materials can also be your physical body. So this could be you maybe getting the final diagnosis for something that you've been dealing with, for something that you've been holding on to, or maybe this is where you see a specialist. Maybe it's where you see or get a second opinion about something to do with health. Now, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice. If you've had some sort of long-term ailment, this could be the month where you finally get to the bottom of what it is, and you could see a very quick turnaround. You're probably looking at later on the end, but towards the end of April and beyond, but it definitely starts this month. For your communications and conversations, wow, it just goes from good to great. You've got the Four of Wands. This is great news, reasons to celebrate, reasons to be happy. So for a select few of you, you are hearing about an engagement, and I say an actual engagement where somebody's asked, somebody's asked for somebody else's hand in matrimony. Why do I say that? Commitment, wish fulfilled, happiness. Right, and then you've got this card, which is a celebration, but usually it can represent things like marriage, engagement parties. It can be just good news that reaches your ears. You're hearing of an engagement, maybe you're getting a marriage invite. It does look like there's something that's been postponed or set back. We're about to hear, and I feel like this might be an interruption, because sometimes that happens, sometimes tarot just comes through with what it needs to share. This might be on the wider world stage. I feel like there's going to be something that has been cancelled or postponed. We're going to see a retraction of that, which is great, right? Which is really, really great. But on a personal level, this is about you hearing, this is about you gaining some sort of really good news. And so, like I said, whether it's a job or some sort of a mortgage or some sort of grant or benefit that you've applied for, you're getting it. And the Four of Wands in your communications, that's the good news. That's you hearing of it. On a personal or sort of like a familial level, or maybe even a friendship level, you're hearing about an engagement. Maybe you're hearing about a wedding or some sort of a plan. This is great news. Whatever it is, it's going to make you really happy, and you will share that joy with others. This is going to be something that makes you truly happy. When it comes to you and your money and materials, it looks like you're getting some great news on the job or the career front. So very, very exciting times for you guys, for sure. For your heart and half sector, sorry, it took me a moment to remember what we were looking at. You've got the World card, right? So for those of you that are partnered, now this isn't for all of you, so don't please send me a million comments freaking out, but I have to say this: the World card is ruled by Saturn. Saturn has currently come into Aquarius, right? And one thing that I can definitely tell you about Aquarius, I am an Aquarian sun sign after all, is it's all about authenticity. It's about the truest expression of what is. It's about how you maintain your individual uniqueness while still being connected to the whole. Because it is ruled by Saturn, it's all about doing it the right way. Doing it the right way the first time, because otherwise it tends to bite you in the butt. Now, what does this mean? Because you've got the World card in the relationship sector. For a select few of you that are partnered, this is about your relationship. I mentioned this earlier, right? Because your Justice card is ruled by Libra, so therefore relationships. For a select few of you, this does look like the end of a relationship. Now, why do I say that? Because the World card is about moving on to the next stage or the next level, and I do get the feeling that for a select few of you, this time is spelling the end of your relationship. Now, that's not for everybody, and what I can tell you is the characteristics that you're probably looking for. If your relationship was already rocky and already had a lot of problems, a lot of arguments, a lot of troubling times, those are going to be the kind of relationships that kind of don't make it. For those of you that have had your ups and downs and your on and offs, which is like a normal relationship, let's be honest, right? The world card represents mastery, right? And how do you become a master at something? You try, you work at it consistently until you master the experience. So relationships are going to come under fire for you guys a lot this month. And really, it's the ones that are actually strong underneath, below the surface, when the doors are closed, you know, the ones that are firm and tight, those will be the ones that survive. The ones that already have cracks in the foundation and kind of can't be plastered over anymore, those will be the ones that come to an end. What do we know about the world card? Because it is mastery, it is that completion, it's a reminder, right? It's a reminder that whatever needs to end will come to an end, and what lies beyond that, when you walk away from something that is no longer working, that is no longer serving you or the other person, what happens? You become a better version of yourself. You take the lessons that you've learned from that experience and you transcend that experience, so that when you come to the, you know, the next point of your life, or the next evolution of yourself, you are that much better. For those of you that are I mentioned that. For those of you that are single, I mean, this looks like really great news, because it looks like you're in a place now to really start to discover, or not even discover, but you're in a place now to really start talking about what it is that you actually do want from a partner. It's almost like you're in a place where you're more sure of what that actually looks like than you have been in a long time. And that's really, really exciting. All right, oh, wrong one. So let's have a look at your weeks of the month. Okay, so for your first week of the month, you have the Star card right underneath the Justice card. This is about what you're committing to. For a lot of you, this is going to be about your social circles, your social groups. For a lot of you, this will be about your personal family, so sort of like your wider family. Now, when I say family, I use that term loosely, because for a lot of my life, my friends were my family. Sometimes it's the family that you choose, right? Your Star card always gives you a glimpse into the future. And with your Justice card, this is about your commitments. Whatever you're about to commit yourself to for the long term, for the long haul, now is a time to really cast your mind forward and just think, what do you think will be like in 5 years? What do you think will be like in 10 years? Do that practice, because the chances are you might get some sort of flash of inspiration that either says, yes, absolutely go for it, or no, steer clear, because this is not your path. Pay attention to your reveries and especially to your dreams at this moment in time. All right, for your second week of the month, you have the Devil card right underneath the Nine of Cups. So this is interesting. For a lot of you that may have had health issues, it does look like these will have been things that have been hanging around for a long time. It looks like you could be getting some sort of, what's the word? Just some sort of news that really perks you up, that kind of makes you say, you know what, yes, now that I know what it is, I can name and shame it, right? And this is kind of, because your Horned One or your Devil card, it can be addictions or things that we're bound by. And this is going to be like an aha moment where you can say, right, I know now what it is that was holding me back all that time. As an example, right, I'll give you a really good example. A lot of people that grew up, say, in the 50s and 60s and 70s, they were just told, oh, well, you're just thick, you're just stupid. Because we didn't have things like dyslexia and dyscalculia then. Like, nobody knew that those things existed. So these people, these whole generations grew up thinking, oh, there's just something wrong with me, I'm just stupid. Not knowing that they actually had something within them that was holding them back from fulfilling their potential. Now that you know this, now that you become aware of whatever this physical ailment is, you know what to put in place in order to defeat it, in order to combat it. Which is great, right? When it comes to your money and materials, the Horned One is asking you a very clear message. In the second week of April, you're going to be presented with something financially that you may need to let go of. It might be something that is, you might think to yourself, oh, that's just my little treat. But you might say to yourself, actually, you know what? This is an addictive pattern and it's actually not doing me any good. I'm going to release it. I'm going to remove it. And this month you have the strength to do so because it comes through the Nine of Cups. For your third week of the month, you've got the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, it will be that you're hearing about a marriage, a proposal, an engagement. For others, you're hearing about a birth or a pregnancy. I did have an inkling because I saw the Nine of Cups next to the Four of Wands, but I thought no, maybe not. But now that I've seen the Ace of Cups here, this is definitely a pregnancy. There is, and I will say this to you as well, right? A lot of us are stuck indoors more, so what else do you do if you're in a partnership? Which kind of says to me that this month, very fertile, and I've told you guys this for a long time. For Taurus, you guys have had this real sort of very fertile energy that's been around for quite some time. Your third week of the month is a very, very fertile time for you. So if you don't want that experience going forward, obviously just use whatever methods and precautions you can. But it looks like you're getting some absolutely stellar news when it comes to the third week of the month. It looks like and a lot of you, because it is the Nine of Cups, right? It's the Ace of Cups, right? So that's one cup, and then you've got the 9 there. To combine, that gives you the 10, which means that whatever this is could very well have a financial slant to it, something that benefits you greatly when it comes to money. Maybe your business surges in some way, shape or form, but it does look like there's just a lot of really great news coming from all sides this month. It's the relationship stuff that's going to be the you know, where the heavy stuff is, let's say. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why I did that. Wrong deck, but I'm going to leave it anyway. Very strange. And then for your fourth week of the month, you've got the High Priestess. Makes total sense because it falls underneath the World card. When it comes to relationships, there could be something that is revealed to you from or by a partner. Maybe you're revealing something to a partner, or about yourself to a partner, or about a partner to them. It just looks like this is going to be the month where you and your partner really share some of the deeper stuff, where you share some of maybe the heavier stuff. Now, because it is the High Priestess, it's hidden things coming to light. My advice to you is, if you have a secret, get ahead of the curve and divulge it to them now. If they have a secret, it will come out. Now, again, you know, not to fearmonger and to scare everyone into thinking like, oh my God, a relationship. Like I said, it's not going to be all of you. It's just going to be a select few. But the High Priestess, she brings hidden things to light. She will also reveal to all of you what relationships are staying and what relationships are going. Okay, so finally, for your key to the month, I'm throwing them all over the place. This month you get the Chariot card. Yeah, I mean, the message is quite clear there. You can definitely win this month, but don't see it as winning or losing. Just see it as living life as best as you possibly can, being present. It looks like this is going to be a very fast month as well. And interestingly enough, I actually think the Chariot card came up for Aries as well. I don't know if it was in this position though. But yeah, as a key to the month, it's basically saying to you, whatever comes, you will be able to deal with it. Whatever comes, you will be able to traverse it. This is just about really staying focused, staying clear on what your goals are, and ultimately being ready, willing, and able to say, this isn't working, I don't want to be a part of this. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean just a relationship. It can be across the board: work, job, money, finances, you know, schooling, you know, diet, food, exercise, everything. This is, you know, across the board. Being honest with yourself, first and foremost, is going to be paramount, because it will enable you to be exactly that with everybody else. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.